Thank you for staying with us. Now we're going to be telling you about something amazing we've been putting together. It's that latest grouping of professional bodies putting together a public speaking event, which we've gladly been sponsoring. And the topic, has the Fourth Republic delivered? Faith leaders and good governance. It comes off on the 5th of March, that is Tuesday 2024, at the British Council at 6:30 p.m. The main speaker, Theodore Albright, the panelists, Abe Kusego and Susan Edu Amankwa. But joining me in the studio, one of the coordinators, Samuel Nkum Tenkrang. He joins the conversation with me in the studio. Mr. Tenkrang, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Just explain to us what birthed this idea to speak on, to have this event, first of all, and to speak on this topic. Why this topic?
This arrangement, if I may put it that way, started last year.
True.
And we were fortunate to organize 3 of such public lectures at the same venue. Yes, and the overarching theme is the question of as to whether our Fourth Republic has delivered to the expectation of the citizenry. Yeah, that's a huge question. Right. And it has, multiple dimensions to actually look at such a question. Last year, as I said, we organized 3 lectures. The first one was on neoliberalism, as to whether the emphasis on, if you like, encouraging the private sector to take over, the economy, not take over, but to play the leading or dominant role in the private sector, whilst the state, the government, actually provides the enablement, as to whether we have managed to make some progress there. The second one was on mindset revolution. And the first one was delivered by Yao Nsako. The second one on mindset revolution, mindset change, looking at attitudinal, aspects of the, of the subject as to whether we have made some progress there. And that lecture was delivered by Akosia Bame. Then the final one was in November, and the topic was, towards a common manifesto for the nation. It was quite an exciting one. We had the political parties representatives to be there, and I think you've done well in helping us, collaborating with us in this agenda. This year,
of course, we've enjoyed being a partner and joining this collaborative.
We are very, very grateful.
Effort.
We are very, very grateful, and I think it's just the beginning. Right. This year, the plan is to organize a lecture quarterly. So this is the first of the series. And the idea of looking at the faith leadership and their involvement in governance, good governance for that matter, that should be a topic to look at. Because the lawyers will say that matters of religion are also matters of state. It is the same citizenry, the same followership of the churches and the mosques. We know the 2 dominant, if you like, religions in the country. Christianity, about 71% or so, and then Islam, about 20%. What they do in their, their churches and the mosques, ideally, after the preaching, we should see the same, preaching and the message reflected in our body, politicking. But you and I, or you agree with me that we don't see that impact.
There's no necessary correlation. We don't see that reflection.
There's no correlation. So this lecture is more or less to throw out some, ideas for public discourse. And as a democratic society, the kind of, if you like, democracy we are practicing can be open up points or discussion points for the citizenry to also have a say. And, when we judge, probably something useful will come out. So ultimately, we want to impact society or our, governance system and help direct it from within. We are looking at developing our country from within. Let's get our professionals, for that matter, to feel obliged to be involved.
Right.
Because personally, speaking for myself, I am not happy about events as to how professionals are staying aloof and leaving others to work.
So it's a way of also getting all professionals involved. You can't be out there pissing in and saying that.
Let me also add that
others are not doing it well when you yourself are not contributing.
Professionals have been involved in the past.
Right.
Yes, in the 80s, even earlier, when we were under military,
for which some were incarcerated, others had to leave the country.
Yes. And we started this, if you like, to reinvigorate that agenda of getting professionals into the public space, getting involved in public dialogue. In the 90s, we tried to, bring them together. We didn't succeed. So this latest attempt is just to, if you like, rekindle that agenda.
So let's quickly go for it. I've already mentioned the title, Has the Fourth Republic Delivered? Faith Leaders and Good Governance. But let's talk about where it's happening, what time it's happening, who is speaking.
Yes, that's on Tuesday, the 5th of March, at the British Council Hall. The main speaker is one Theodore Albright. He is a thought leader, he's a lawyer, strategist, and the managing consultant of the Family Office Africa. This is a multidisciplinary consulting firm. Okay. He helps, corporate bodies, if you like, structure as a thought leader and a strategist. His involvement is to actually support, corporate bodies to grow and achieve their goals and objectives.
Right.
And we have two, he's the main speaker. Then after the lecture, two panelists will join him.
Abeku Sego and Susan.
Sego, we know him as an international award winner, an actor, and then a producer. Then
Susan
Eduamankwa. She is a public health pharmacist, a colleague, and if you know her, she's a very well accomplished social commentator, very interesting person. So that's how things will go, and we hope that. Let me add that it's apolitical. This arrangement is apolitical. We want to involve everyone. Everyone has a stake in national affairs. And when it comes to good governance, we want to stand for values that will bring everybody on board.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. The time is 6:30, British Council, Tuesday. It will be hosted by our very own Philip Osei Bonsu Obi, as we popularly call him. Can anyone attend this event? Is it going to have virtual ends to it so that people can join on social media, or what? What is the...
There will be no virtual. We haven't made that arrangement. But then anyone, it is open to the public.
Right.
And at least we know that the place will fill up, capacity of about 250. But even if it overflows, we'll make provision for that.
All right. And we'll definitely bring you bits of that as well right here on this network, Joy News. Any final words, Mr. Tenkram?
The final words is I want to, encourage our professionals to get involved in national dialogue. You can contribute to national dialogue and development for that matter, helping to lift up the livelihoods of our people without, getting into mainstream politics. It appears when you actually seek to find out why professionals tend to stay aloof. We have practiced this democracy for about 30 odd years, and most people have settled that yes, your voice will not go that far. So let me, retreat into recoil and then take care of my own and my family. But when it comes to faith and religion for that matter, in fact, the religion that is pleasing to our Maker God is the religion that takes care of others, especially the vulnerable in society. Right. And we know that this country has done so well. I mean, so much for professionals. I am number one. So what are we giving back so that we can take care of our citizenry, help lift them up?
And that's what we're doing.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Tenkram, for joining the conversation. It's all about that thought leadership, the amalgam of professional bodies coming together for that public speaking event. Has the Fourth Republic delivered? Faith Leaders and Good Governance. It's on the 5th of March, Tuesday, 2024, British Council, 6:30 p.m. Make it a point to join the conversation. But stay with us. We still have a little time on our hands. Dum Anaso. What's the situation where you are? All the issues we've discussed, you can join us via the phone lines as we have a conversation on that. 0302 211 691. We'll be right back. Pick up your phone. Let's talk about Ghana.